Hey, Bruce Naylor here, your boomer consumer. And today I'm going to share with you how I make my top-down videos, particularly the equipment I use to get this done. Now, as a disclaimer, I am not a professional videographer or photographer. I'm just a guy who makes YouTube videos in his home office. And a lot of what I've learned is through trial and error. Now, in this video, I'm going to share with you the equipment that I use. And I do have a Amazon page with descriptions and all the gear that I use that I'm going to mention in this video. Now, I think top-down videos are some of the best kinds of videos, especially when you're doing a product review, a tutorial, or a how-to kind of video, because it gives you a great perspective of what's going on and a very good view of the product or the item you're talking about. So the first piece of gear I want to talk about is how I actually put the camera up above me, and that is my Neewer C-stand. I wanted something really solid, very versatile, that would last a good long time, and so I made that investment, and I'm glad I did. Now, the Neewer C-stand can reach a maximum height of 10 feet, but it also comes with a 4-foot extension arm and then 2 grip heads in order to attach, lighting or whatever you want to. And one of the cool things about this C-stand is it comes with a 4-foot extension bar. And on one end is a 1/4-inch thread, and on the other a 3/8 thread. So you could attach a ball head, which is what I did, to one of the ends and then mount your camera to that. And this is a heavy-duty piece of gear, and it'll probably last me the rest of my natural lifetime. So it's a really good investment. I think they sell for around $145. So yeah, that is my C-stand. Okay, so the next piece of gear that I'm using is my camera, which is the Sony AX53. Now I've attached that to the extension bar with a generic ball head that I got off of Amazon. And I tell you, I have totally been in love with this camera for a long time. It's a great camcorder and gives you a lot of flexibility. Shoots in 4K. I'm only limited by how much battery I've got left and how much free space on the memory card. I tend to make a lot of mistakes making my videos, and so a 10-minute video can probably take me 20 or 30 minutes to shoot. But this has been a great camera, and it will work with the Sony remote control that came with my AX100. So that allows me, when I'm doing a top-down shot, to adjust the zoom. I can take a photo if I want to, start, stop the recording. I can do all that with that remote control. And that way I don't have to reach up and mess with the camera. So it does a great job. And the works pretty much in automatic mode. You can't adjust one thing at a time fully manually. But I think all in all, it's been a great camera for top-down videos. So on the cold shoe of the AX53, I mounted the Laufus Rainbow Light. And it has up to about 4 hours of light. When running on the battery, it charges via USB-C. It has different lighting effects, but I set it to about 5600K, and I set it to about 50% brightness, and that helps provide additional light down on the surface. But I could use some of the additional effects to that light. I actually have a separate video on that. I can put the link for that down below. Cool little light, and yeah, it's definitely improved the lighting of my top-down videos. So one of the difficult things when you're shooting a top-down video is making sure that whatever you're showing people is in focus, properly exposed, and that that it's in the area that your camera is picking up. And that's really next to impossible when my camera is way up above my head and I can't see the flip screen. So the solution, I had two really solutions to choose from. And one was use my iPad and some software and do it wirelessly. But I found out that I couldn't really control much on the camera with that. And the other was to get what's called a field monitor. And I came up with the Lilliput A7 III 7-inch 4K field recorder, or field monitor. It's not a recorder. It does not record video. Now, I don't use all the features on this, but I mainly use it for the what's called false color, to make sure that my exposure is set correctly. I use it to make sure that I'm in focus, and I make sure that whatever I'm demonstrating is in the view of the camera. And this has been a game changer for making a top-down video. I'm really pleased with it. It was under $200. Money well spent, in my opinion. So check out that, the Lilliput A7 III field monitor. It's a great Great addition to top-down videos. I don't have to worry about being overexposed, underexposed anymore with the false color. It's great. I don't use all the functions on it, but it's a really cool piece of gear. Now for lighting, my main lights, I use the Neewer 660 LED panels. Now these are a bicolor panel. So you can have color temperature between 3200 degrees Kelvin, which is a very warm light, to 5600 degrees Kelvin, which is like natural daylight. And I bought two of them. So one is my key light, and I have it at a 45-degree angle from where I sit. And then the other is kind of a fill light so there's no bad shadows and that kind of thing. They're they're up higher and they're pointed down. I wear glasses. They have to be up really high so we don't get a lot of reflection in my lenses. And that's why I also need this little Laufus light attached to the camera as more of a kicker light, so that I have good lighting on the desktop when I'm recording my top-down videos. Now, these Neewer lights have a nice remote control that comes with them, and you can put it up here in the camera so maybe you can see that. But it's a nice little remote control. I can just sit down, click a button, and they come right on, and that speeds up recording time as well. Okay, let's talk about capturing audio, because a lot of my top-down videos, I'm not necessarily on camera. I never know until I script out and decide what I want to do. So I decided to record my audio separately, and then I could use whatever camera I want. And for the microphone, I'm using the Rode VideoMic NTG. Love this microphone. I think it does a great job with my voice. It rejects outside sound pretty well. It's rechargeable. Don't have to worry about batteries. It has a USB port on it. You can use it, plug it directly into your camera. You can plug it directly into your computer. It's got a smart TRS cable or audio cable. It's just been a real game changer as far as having a microphone. As I understand it, has the same, some of the same insides as the much more expensive Rode NTG5. All I know is a great microphone, very versatile. You can use it whether you're doing a podcast, you can plug it in your computer. And I have it on a boom kind of situation mounted to my C-stand with a clamp. It's a generic clamp of some kind, but it's very, very, very nice to have it this way. That way I don't have to put on a lav and all that kind of stuff. So I take the audio out of the Rode VideoMic NTG and it goes directly into the Roland R05 recorder. Now I've got that mounted to the extension arm with a Camvate clamp, and these are great, inexpensive little clamps that allows you to mount different things to your C-stand, to that extension arm, and they're really, really inexpensive. Now, the Roland has been upgraded to the R07, but these are fantastic little recorders, and they've got features such as peaking, audio peaking. They have built-in limiter controls on them, a lot of functionality, including built-in microphones as well, but these are great little digital recorders, and they do a fantastic job. Roland is a great name in the audio industry, and it's just been bulletproof recording my audio for all of my videos. Now, as you can see, my desk is white, and sometimes different products or items don't fare very well on a white background. So in order to change the look, there is a place, it is called Replica Surfaces, is a website. And I recently picked up a Surface, and these are fantastic. And they changes the entire look of the video without having to replace the whole desk. You can get, they're very thin, but yet they're very solid made. And they're a backdrop that looks fantastic. Different kind of patterns, wood. They don't have a lot of glare to them. They're stain resistant. I just thought it was just money well spent to mix up the backdrop or what you're looking at in that top-down video. Photographers use them, and I think it's a nice little cool addition to have one or two of these different backdrops. Make your video look a little bit different. So it's actually quite simple how I got this set up. The C-stand pretty much carries the entire weight of everything. It's strong, it's dependable, does a good job. I'm happy with my camera choice for my top-down videos, capturing audio separately. I love having the field monitor with the AX53. Piece of advice though, The AX53 will not record internally 4K video while hooked up to the external monitor. You can do 1080p just fine, but you can't do the 4K. That's the only issue, and that's fine, and that's fine for me. But I just wanted to put that out there. Other than that, that is it. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you might have got an idea or two for your top-down videos. Bruce Naylor, your Boomer Consumer. See you in the next video.